Ubisoft today announced that they're going to be adding DLC to Assassin's Creed Shadows called Attack on Titan. And they posted on their official account, "Dedicate your heart. Assassin's Creed Shadows crossover with Attack on Titan." Assassin's Creed UK. Attack on Titan is coming to Assassin's Creed Shadows. New quest, new region, new skills, new cosmetics, unique rewards. Available November 25th to December 22nd. So it's a timed exclusive specific for before Christmas, and a way to try to urge and get people to buy the game to get this free update. And there's additional cosmetics and weapons and things you can get that are not free, which is concerning. And I posted on X, yes, historically accurate Assassin's Creed Shadows strikes again. This is from the official Xbox Wire. Game director Charles Benoit. After each new installment, we look at a wide range of possible settings and what would make the most sense for the brand. Between our past and future projects, we felt the feudal Japan was the best fit right now, with our two core pillars as the focus, combat, and stealth, and how it fit the best with Japan's unique fantasies of the samurai and the shinobi. And why I highlighted this is because this goes right in the face of Ubisoft being like, "Oh, it's a video game. It's just fantasy. We can do what we want. We're doing these cool crossovers." This is desperation, because this right here is from originally before Assassin's Creed Shadows even launched. Benoit was saying, "This is a familiar setting for gamers. How does this game differentiate its take on the setting?" Benoit, "We're at the end of the Sengoku era, in a turning point in Japan history. Assassin's Creed is well known for its depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world. And it's what players can expect from Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures, such as Oda Nobunaga, and a lot of events that happened during that time. So you're not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period." Pirate Nation, Ubisoft is a joke. Here we go. I guess we'll sit through this. What have we got? 20 seconds.
A monster that wields death on a scale you've never seen. We call them Titans. Look at this place.
Not gonna lie, the ice region looks cool. It does. So there you go. A quick little promo of it. But what's curious about it is it doesn't tell you everything you need to know about what's going on with it. Kata, this franchise has lost all aspects of its identity. All Western companies want that Fortnite funny money. It's so true. Once Fortnite showed that you can do crossovers and just print money, do you guys notice all the crossovers in gaming that they're just trying to get a little piece of that pie? Being like, "Oh, now that it's acceptable, we're going to do it too." Call of Duty was in on that as well. And like I said, as far as I understand, this Attack on Titan DLC is going to be a free DLC, at least initially, until December 22nd. But there will be some paid add-on things to complete the pack. Because, of course, it's Ubisoft. Why wouldn't it be? And this is on top of the game performing absolutely terribly. And Ubisoft, in the face of that, saying, Ubisoft says Assassin's Creed Shadows is overperforming sales expectations, as they generated $567 million this quarter, up 39% year on year. And I talked about this previously, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it in this video as well. But this again points to how you cannot trust anything Ubisoft tells investors or gamers, because they will twist numbers and only show you the things that make them look good, and not just downplay the things that make them look bad, but completely ignore them, creating lies by omission by saying, "Hey, yeah, it beat our expectations." Well, shit, what were your expectations? And why were they so low? How much money are you making? How much did you spend creating this game? Are you net positive on it? Why don't you give people that information? Because you know the answer is not good. And this is on Reddit. Fuck Ubisoft. Ubisoft says Assassin's Creed Shadow is overperforming sales expectations. And I've seen a lot of people fall for this on social media already. The Sony ponies, the Xbots, the Ubisoft fanboys. Yes, apparently there's those. Most of them are just the DEI pushing propagandists that just want this game to succeed because they put a black guy in it and made him gay. But no, this is not pointing directly to Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is saying the word Assassin's Creed Shadows, saying it overperformed, and then it has a separate thought. They generated 5, 6, 7 million this quarter, not from Assassin's Creed Shadows. So of course it's going to be a lot more than you think it is. This is from the GameFile article. Speculation around Ubisoft earnings delay proves unfounded, and all the journals were running to downplay the significance of it. And they ran with everything Ubisoft told them to be like, this is what you need to tell people. Tell them that everything was just a clerical error. It was a problem we was fixing the back end, that we weren't on the verge of bankruptcy and Tencent saved our asses. Don't say anything like that. Instead, tell people that overall what we generated in net bookings, and then specifically, Ubisoft said its Assassin's Creed franchise, including March's Assassin's Creed Shadows, was overperforming and generated 211 million session days, which what even is the what are these numbers? What is that? How many games did you sell, bro? What is this? Days, sessions, counting sessions, 35% higher than the last 2 years average. Okay, what? What does it make more money or not? Why are you giving us different stats here? It comes down to the money. The company did not provide specific sales figures for Shadows because they're bad. Let's keep it a buck here. If the sales were good and they were making money, they would have no reason to bend over backwards to make up new stats to be like, oh, this random thing that you've never heard of before is 35% better than last year when we didn't even talk about it. Who cares? It said this week's update from the 2023's Assassin's Creed Mirage has increased that title's lifetime player count past 10 million. GameFile previously reported employees believe the mini expansion was created with backing from Saudi Arabia. Guillemot had announced the expansion in Riyadh in August at the Saudi-governed backed conference. Ubisoft has repeatedly avoided clarifying the extent to which the kingdom funded the expansion, and the topic did not come up directly in today's results and call with stock analysts. I've said this before about Ubisoft, and I always get a lot of pushback from my haters, I guess you could call them. Ubisoft is not transparent at all, to the point of they will make things up and tell the investors there's a positive sentiment around Assassin's Creed Shadows prior to it launching. And I covered that previously when I even listened to the call. They said it on the call. And I'm over here like, where is this positive sentiment? And oh, by the way, you could be like, that's not a lie, because technically they could prove it based off of whatever they quantify as a positive sentiment. If they show a few tweets on there, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm happy. Go Ubisoft, even if they're botted comments. They can show those to the investors and be like, look at this positive sentiment. Meanwhile, people who are actually living in reality and seeing the world for what it is are like, no. The vast majority of gamers in real life are like, the hell is this? Why is there a black dude in feudal Japan as the main protagonist for a game that's supposed to be about feudal Japan? This makes no sense unless you're saying it's DEI injected. None of this makes sense. And I even said this back then when I was like, my son's best friend's dad, who I'm buddy with, is like disconnected from the online space, but he is a gamer. And even he's a big time Assassin's Creed fan, loves them. Odyssey, by far, he says, definitely play Odyssey. It's the best one. And I'm like, Black Flag? He's like, oh, second best. Odyssey's amazing. I was like, okay. So this guy knows his shit. He's like, man, what the hell are they doing with that Shadows game? Why is there a black guy? Like, he's like such an average Joe. And even he's like confused. He's like, what the hell is this? What? Because he doesn't keep up with it. So when Ubisoft is telling their investors, oh, there's a positive sentiment, I'm like, where? Because everywhere I'm looking, including online and offline, I ain't seeing that. I'm not seeing that anywhere. So I find it curious. And I just will leave it with this. I find it curious that not only they're trying to grift off of the success that Fortnite had with the crossovers and stuff like that, but they're still pushing forward with more updates on this game. They're not dropping it. It's almost like in for a penny, in for a pound. Just keep adding content to it. And eventually people will just give up and come around to it. The problem that I had when I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, just honestly, I tried my best to give it the old college try and go in without a bias. I was bored. I was like, this is just boring. I don't know. I didn't care. And the voice acting was terrible. And like the music during the action scenes was terrible. I'm like, I even remember saying while I was live streaming it, I'm like, I just want to play a different game while I'm playing it. And that was my honest reaction. If I actually did like it, I'd be like, shit, I was wrong. This game actually has my attention. It's hooked me. But no, it didn't do that. And I guess you could say I'm not too surprised about it. They tried to sell the map pack DLC for $10 to unlock and view the entire map instead of exploring the map on your own to unlock it in game. That's Ubisoft. They do shit like that. It's very anti-gamer. Like, just because the technology is available to charge people for stuff in game for stuff doesn't mean you should be charging people for stuff that used to come free. Just saying. That's why people don't trust Ubisoft. I've said that before too. Like, that's why my concern for Ubisoft going forward is, unless they get completely bought out by another company like Tencent or the Saudis or someone like that completely just buys up their IPs and completely changes leadership, gamers in general are not going to keep spending money on Ubisoft titles. They've lost all goodwill. And add to that, most Ubisoft games come out and they go 50% off within 2 to 3 months of launch. Why would you pay full price for anything Ubisoft ever comes out with on day one? Ever. There's so many other games to play, so much of a backlog. The studio always seems to be pushing a DEI agenda with everything. Why would you support it? I think it comes down to that, ultimately. Anyways, I could bitch about Ubisoft forever. But anyways, I just think it's funny that they're not giving up on Assassin's Creed Shadows. And they're trying their best to see whatever they can do. So let me know if you guys plan on downloading the Attack on Titan side quest. I own the game, and I have no intent to load it up to even download that quest. I'm like, I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care if it's free now and it's going to cost money in the future. If I don't get it, I don't care. I don't care. Sorry. That's how you know it's bad, by the way. Even if there's something free for a limited time, if you have the game and you're like, yep, I don't care. Sorry. Oh, man. Good times. Good times.